Hello there, and welcome to the Perk. I am Rob Smittix, and this is God.
No, Jesus Christ, I'm not air clapping. This is Art. How are you, everybody?
It's good to have you on, man.
I've been busy.
I don't think we've had you on a Perk.
Couple months.
It's been a damn long time.
It's been a minute, as the kids would say.
Oh, you're busy then, huh?
I'm busy. Yeah, we've been busy. We've been busy. We've been selling ads, selling, keeping this guy alive.
Yeah, the experience. This is a new issue.
This is our October issue. By the way, we are now once again award-winning.
Award-winning.
We are. I'm gonna come right up to the camera with this.
Look at that.
That's right. We're number 2, baby.
Number 2.
We're number 2. We're number 2. But you know what? We're number 1 with our readers.
Yes.
And we're number 1 with our listeners. And this is nice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah, that's nice.
And coming in second in other newspapers' own poll.
For a newspaper.
We came in first.
Yeah, we basically came in first.
Yeah. We it's ours. So
yes.
You know.
So there you go.
We're the big dog.
We are.
And we're in Cahos. We're not even misnamed.
Yes, not at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, and then we survived through the pandemic.
Yes.
That was really tough. But we also yesterday survived the zombie apocalypse.
The zombie apocalypse. My alarm went off at 2:18.
2:18.
2 minutes too early, so the government was premature in their ejaculation.
Yes, they were.
Joe, you need to work on that, okay? No wonder why Joe looks so upset all the time.
All the time.
And if you look at the whole House and Senate, you know their wives are not satisfied at all. None of those old guys.
No, there's no possible way.
There's no possible way. Also, we survived the fact that our servers went down.
Yeah.
From about midnight on Saturday till about 10 o'clock yesterday morning, we were legitimately dead in the water, and our provider, Anthony, and Kayla over at Capitalistic Digital, they took a beating from people.
Sure.
But they worked their butts off and they got it done, so kudos to you guys, thank you.
Well, it wasn't their fault, it was the aliens.
It was the aliens, that's right, with their evil minions, the birds, because we all know birds aren't real.
They're not.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people think that they are. It's wild.
They're not.
Grasp the concept.
Birds aren't real, they're part of the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get the sunglasses and look at birds, you'll see.
Exactly.
But we survived that. You know, it was tough too because we're an active website. And by the way, go to RadioRadioX.com and look at our stuff. Peruse the page.
Yes. Do a lot of perusing.
And don't forget that, we put content up throughout the day, every day. It's not like it's we're selling firewood or something. Where here's what a quarter wood looks like, and it stays there until the next year when they change the price. We constantly, you put up new stuff, Liam's putting up new stuff, I handle more of the social media, and it just always going. So it was tough to be literally silent.
It hurt my soul. It did, it really did.
It hurt a lot. And of course you start spiraling thinking, what if we don't come back and all that stuff, but we're back.
We are, and better than ever.
Yes. And speaking of back and better than ever, Wild in the Trees this weekend, our buddy Frank Cavone.
Oh my God. I had, last year, when I went to the inaugural, is that how you say it? The
first one.
The first one.
You can't get that one wrong. The first one.
It was the best time I had all year. It was so much fun. I mean, there was skateboarding going on. There was great music going on. I was lit, so it was a good time. And no, this one I imagine is going to be
just as good,
just as cool. And my personal favorite that will be playing there will be The Hauntings, a real punk rock band. They still exist.
Yeah.
I thought it was dead.
They took a couple minutes off and then they came back.
They did.
And they're actually one of our features in the October edition of the Experience Monthly. You can find their article in the paper and it will be shared online.
Yes.
So go to Wild in the Trees up in Lake George, Charles R. Woods Park, right?
Yes, I believe that's it, right at the LG skate park. That stands for Lake George. And brilliant.
Yeah.
But also...
I thought it was large gonads.
That was the original.
The original was like, okay.
But if you're not in the Lake George area on Sunday, if you're in Troy, New York, then come on over to Chowder Fest and get your chowder on.
Get your chowder on.
That's from noon until 5.
And we're going to have a stage.
Yes.
On 2nd Street by the Troy Music Hall and Bacchus Pizza.
Nice.
We're going to be down there. We have Joe Barna.
We do.
We have Pogo.
Pogo.
Which is cool.
That's
and that's
really
drummer
cool.
Kelly.
Drummer Kelly. What a good guy.
And then one of my favorite local bands, Electric Turtle.
Brilliant.
So we have 3 different genres of music.
Oh yeah, they're
all good, all local, all people that have been involved with what we do around here. I mean, drummer Kelly played with Southbound Renegade, was it with us?
Yeah.
And at the Fuse Box at one of our events there. And Joe, of course, writes for us. He's our resident jazz cat, and he's doing a lot of cool stuff around Troy. And then, of course, Electric Turtle played the Fuse Box for us too. So this is our way of tipping our hat to them, and giving them a gig, and letting a lot of people that normally wouldn't go to a club see them. And then maybe they will go to a club and see the bands.
Yes,
You
should.
You should.
You got to go out there and support the live music. You know, when we were going through it, back when the P word was happening, the demic, as they like to call it in the hood, you know, everyone was complaining that, where's the live music? Where is it? Then it comes back and like, where are you?
Exactly. you know, and we all talk about supporting the bands and supporting local music, and that is truly important, but you got to support the venues.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have places to play, we don't have places to put the bands and see live music. So, you know, you go out, you pay your cover at the door, and, you know, you're paying $200, you're paying $800 to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
For $800, you could go to 80 local shows.
Imagine that. We should come up with something. Like a pass, right?
Yeah, right.
Where you pay like the one-time $80 fee.
$800 fee.
Oh, $800
And then you get 80 local shows out of it or something.
Yeah, we should work on that.
We should try to figure that out. But, you know, think about it. You know, you're going to go see Tay-Tay. She doesn't need any more money. I mean, I'm not hating on her.
I am.
Honestly, with the kids, I will go as far as say she's bigger than the Beatles.
Ooh.
And she's prettier than Ringo.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, I'm prettier than Ringo.
I mean, I do her.
But I did. She didn't know it.
She didn't know
Yeah, it was just me alone.
Best second of your life.
Yeah, best 30 seconds of my life, I'll tell you that right now. But, you know, the simple thing is, I'm not hating on the big bands, okay? But they were once the guy in the garage.
Exactly.
So get your ass out there. And this is from a real authority, because we're number two.
Number 2.
That's right.
Yes.
I've been number 2 in one form or another most of my life.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, it's just come down and go to Wild in the Trees on Saturday. Come see us on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, a lot of stuff going on. We just did Punk Rock Flea Market. That was super well attended.
Definitely was.
You know, free event. Right?
Yeah.
No need not to come around and look at the stuff.
It is a really cool place to, like, quote unquote window shop.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you know, you're going to find something that's interesting and different. You don't find the stuff at any other flea market.
No, and there's another one coming up in December. Going to be at Empire Live again.
Yeah.
Going to be free. We're going to be there playing music. It's, you know, duh.
Yeah.
There's so much out there. Hangar's got stuff all the time. Fuse Box's got stuff all the time. You know, you want to go out and dance. The Fuse Box is becoming the dance club in Albany.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, your typical pops crap. It's
Oh my God.
interesting music that you can shake your ass to.
If you go to a dance club and they're playing what you hear at your cousin's wedding, it's not a dance club.
No.
It's terrible.
And listen, I DJ'd both in dance clubs and at weddings for years. And there's an occasional overlap song.
Sure.
Okay, because it's that big. But if you hear Celebration are going to make you sweat at a club these days, you need to leave immediately.
Please do.
Do not pass go, do not collect $200, you know, don't do another bump off the back of the toilet. Just leave.
Unless you're lame.
Right, unless you're lame, and
stay.
then stay there. And, you know, be lame.
Speaking of DJing clubs, I'm going to be doing that in November on the 11th at Fusebox.
At Fusebox, yeah.
And,
what are you going to play?
When I get my #1 DJ of the year award.
Yeah, right.
then it'll be the #1 DJ in town DJing at Fusebox. I don't know. We kind of discussed it, getting a little like, again, we're not going to play what you would normally hear.
Right.
But like some danceable punk rock, maybe some psychedelic fun. Yeah, we'll just see what
80s,
happens.
90s, alternative stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that's like, all right, cool, breath of fresh air.
Cool. You gotta drop one goth song.
You do.
You got it.
But I was at the Fuse Box and they had a DJ there not too long ago, right? And I wanted to put in a request because I wanted to hear a certain song. But then I realized this DJ was killing it.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Just do your job.
Just do
He's like,
it.
you don't want to put in a request? I'm like, nah. Because I might bring the room down.
Right, exactly. Well, I remember, DJing weddings, right? And you always get that one young kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or not even young kid, but one dude. Right?
It's always a dude.
Okay. And I'm not talking about obligatory tie on the head guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy who's going to do the worm during shout. And it's like, dude, stop. Okay, or the guy that does the Tom Cruise slide during old time rock and roll. It's bad enough I gotta play this shit. Right. Don't be so cliche. But it was this one guy that's like, he's thoroughly pissed to be there. He's not about the rubber chicken. He's not even about the free draft beer. He wants to hear like Rain and Blood.
Of course he does.
Yep. And Aunt Sally's out there in her moo-boo shaking her ass, and she went to Walmart to get that bad boy, and she put the $100 in the card. She's gonna hear Celebration.
Right.
And then you're trying to explain to this kid, yeah, I dig Slayer too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a wedding.
Yes.
And, and weddings are the worst possible environment for music.
Horrible.
Because you got so many people there, and you can play great stuff, but you gotta almost sneak it in.
Right.
Because they're going to want to hear We Are Family. They're going to want to hear, Shout. And Shout's a great song.
Sure.
They're going to hear old time rock and roll. They're going to want to, all that kind of crap. Billy Idol, Money, so they can yell, hey, guess what? Right. Get laid, get fucked. Yay, good for you.
Yes.
They want to do the electric slide and the, and the Cupid shuffle and all that crap. But every now and again you can sneak something good in.
Right.
I did this wedding one time, and the groom comes up, and we're playing a lot of disco and a lot of club hits at the time, so it wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes, you got Deeper Shade of Soul by Urban Dance Squad? And it's the groom,
right.
So now you gotta play it.
Of course you do.
And I'm like, yeah, I got it. But I hadn't played it at a wedding ever.
Right.
And that was like, I'm still talking about it, 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
Because it was a moment.
Well, I did the wedding DJ thing for several years as well, because, there's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money in it.
A lot of money in it. I don't know what you were making, but it was probably more than me, but I was bringing home $2,000 a weekend.
Yeah.
And, that wasn't too shabby.
No.
But I hated every minute of it. I started hating weddings in general.
It's funny, it got me into listening to talk radio.
Right.
Okay, because you'd leave this and you got Shania Twain in your head going, let's go, girls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's stuck in your head like an earworm.
Thank you.
And the last thing you want to do is hear any more music because you've been dealing with these drunks for the last 5-6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I found Art Bell.
I love Art.
Art Bell on Coast to Coast AM.
Rest in peace.
And then George Norrie took over after.
He does well.
Yeah, and it was UFO, Bigfoots, and black helicopters all the way home every week, and that literally, I think, saved my life.
Yeah. No, with Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM.
Yeah, still doing it. They're still out there.
They are.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. Art Bell went through some weird stuff.
He was a weird dude in his own right.
He was.
Too.
Death threats and all sorts of things like that.
And the people that would call him wow. Some are completely out of their mind, and some you're sitting there listening going, this guy might be dropping some truth that we're not supposed to know about.
Right, there might be something to it. One of the, I don't know if it was very popular, but one of the calls that he had was a guy that was like flying like his own like personal plane or something over Area 51. And
He didn't get shot down?
no, live on the air, all of a sudden it was like, oh, here come the jets, and then the call just cut off.
Yeah.
And that was it. Remember when they were going to storm Area 51?
That started out as just a Facebook joke amongst a couple friends. I mean, they actually came and saw that cat and said, you need to take this down. People are gonna die. The feds came in and gave them a hard time. It was ugly.
I was really like thinking, man, I gotta catch a ride out there though.
Well, that
would have been fun.
That brings me back to yesterday, right? Because you know, when they were throwing, what was gonna happen? What was gonna pop off? You know, Y2K. What was gonna happen? What was nothing?
Right.
The Rapture. I think we have 6 or 7 Raptures a year now.
We did.
And
humankind is failing because we're all here.
yeah, exactly. Or all these different, you know, Mayan calendar ends. What's going to happen December 21st, 2012? Nothing. Yesterday, right? They couldn't even get it right, first of all. 2:20. How hard is 2:20? They fire 2 to 3 minutes early. Then they fire a couple minutes late for other people.
Yeah.
People were going off all over offices at different times. You know, just once, and I know this sounds terrible, I want to see this shit really pop off that they threaten. Just want to, it's like getting close and then not letting you finish.
Yeah, what's that called?
It's like catastrophic blue balls every time you turn around. You know, they edge you up and then they drop you off. You know, it's like just once, something.
Right, exactly. Well, and you and I, you know, we look at the conspiracies. We've been doing that for many years.
Oh yeah.
But I think that, first of all, I think people went completely berserk during the pandemic, and a lot of them didn't come back. So now everyone's a freaking conspiracy theorist, but some of the conspiracies are just absurd.
Yeah, listen, people, here's the deal. You're probably under someone's control. They're listening to everything you do. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You signed up for it when you joined all the social media and you bought a phone. Just live your lives. Matter of fact, put your phone down and go outside.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful the past 3 days.
Right.
Right? And it's going to be colder than a witch's tit in the shady side of an iceberg doing push-ups in a brass bra pretty soon. So what do you need to do? Get out now.
Yes.
Go do some stuff. Sunday, do some stuff. Chowderfest.
Yeah, come on out.
Saturday, wild in the trees. Come on out.
Yeah, there's lots of things to do, and you know, if you're gonna pull out your phone, just take some pictures and put them on social media.
Exactly.
But yeah, the eyes are turning hollow by staring at your phones and your computer screens all the time.
And your brains are turning into mush.
Oh yeah.
And listen, we're a computer-based business. We're doing this for the interwebs. You know, we know all that, but still, go for a walk.
Yeah. And take us with you. You can listen to RadioRadioX wherever
Anywhere
you go.
That's right. You got your phone with you. You may as well download our app
Mm-hmm.
and take us with you anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we are everywhere in the world.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And by the way, we're
Number two.
number 2.
Yeah, but no, one of the conspiracies that was going around about this EAS test that they were doing was that if you got vaccinated, there was something within the vaccine that was going to trigger, and people really genuinely believe this crap. That, you know,
Once again, it would have been fun.
it would have been.
Why didn't it have? If you just for once follow the fuck through.
Right?
Just follow through. You know
Exactly.
what? You're dear Illuminati.
Yes.
Okay, dear evil empire. Just once, do what you say you're gonna do, and that's a challenge. I'll probably get deplatformed for that, but this is a challenge. And you know the point is, I get it. You know, if you're this good, finish. You act like Dr. Evil. You know, it's like Dr. Evil. Oh, we're gonna turn off everyone's cell phones at once. Ooh.
Yes.
You know, come on.
Please do. Please do. Well, I wrote an article years ago for a website called Naive World.
Okay.
That was like this big conspiracy, but it was also into like Bigfoot and stuff like that. But then I was talking to a guy who had a similar website, and the feds came to his door. So I stopped doing it. But one of the things I wrote about, it was the day the internet stood still.
Okay.
But man, think about it, if the internet went down for a week.
Hey, we were off the internet for 4 days with this business, and it was a nightmare.
We were about to start being cannibals. And
Yeah, Liam was looking good. We were gonna roast him up.
I want that
We're going all Donner Party on him.
giant turkey leg.
Yeah, be like just going. Liam is gonna be Liam Donner, and we're gonna you gotta cook them slower. They get stringy.
Right.
So we're gonna, slow and slow, kind of like a pig roast, but we were gonna eat Liam if we had to.
I still might.
Definitely feed a family of 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely feed a family of 4. So,
But, yeah, I was just thinking, like, if the internet went down for a whole week,
yeah,
because we grew up without it.
we can survive.
It's not necessary.
No.
But it became necessary. Now, it houses our money. That's where we keep our money through the
It's where we keep everything.
internet.
I was talking to one of our new writers came in, Dean,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking today, and we were talking about how, with the screens especially, with the internet, everything started out like a funnel. Suddenly everything was there. You were exposed to so much. And through algorithms and what you get, it's all down to a trickle now.
Yeah.
And it's all just reinforcement, where before it was an explosion. And we were talking about talking to younger people, and I was telling them, talk to my kid, she's 16, about stuff, and she's like, well, you had to actively go out and find it. You had to go to a library. You had to go to your zines at your local record store.
Right.
Used bookstores. Nelson's Books used to be in Troy, Schenectady, and Albany. Man, they had everything, and even especially the band stuff. I mean, I got into the beats through them. I got into a lot of really cool stuff, and like $2 a book.
Right.
And I still got most of them sitting on my shelf. But just voraciously read that stuff, look for stuff, instead of being fed like the Marvel comic universe.
Right.
Which is a whole nother story. But even now with the internet too, there's more music out there than ever before.
Yes, 60,000 songs a day put on Spotify.
Right.
That's insane.
But no one's finding anything.
No, how could you?
And bands are debating whether or not to even do albums anymore, because kids don't do albums. They see a song, they like the song, they download the song, and they never think to go deeper in the catalog. My daughter was listening on her playlist the other day in the car, and the Smiths came up, and it was "How Soon Is Now," great song.
Mm-hmm.
Morrissey's a dick, but it's a great song. And I said to her, "Have you ever heard this, and this by them?" "No, you should check it out. I like this song." It's even less than.
Yeah.
Even back when we bought 45s and the world was a singles market,
Mm-hmm.
right? There was a thing called a B-side.
Yeah.
How often did you flip the song over and like the B-side better?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
The one that sticks out in my mind is My Sharona by the Knack. Remember that 1979
Sure
hit?
do.
Da-da-da-da-da, da-da, all that. Everyone's done it, knows it. If you flip that 45 over, there was a song called Good Girls Don't.
Ah.
We played on the station. RadioRadioX.com.
Yes, we do.
Like us.
Love us.
Love us.
We're number 2.
We're number 2. Take us home. We won't finish early like the government. But, that song to me, My Show, yeah, great song, big hit. That was the song for me. I remember the Blues Brothers doing Soul Man.
Yeah.
You flipped it over, the other song was Who's Making Love? Now, who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love? Great song.
Sure.
But you got 2 for 1. Now you buy the download. And you put it in your playlist.
Yep.
And it comes up. And your phone drops in the toilet. Or something happens. And now you completely lost your playlist. And you can't reclaim it. And you own nothing.
Yeah. No, it's so different these days.
And
And it's not going back.
No, it's not going back.
Vinyl has come back for nostalgic purposes.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes an album definitely sounds better on vinyl,
Yeah, sometimes.
But not all the time.
Right.
Depends on the album, really.
And here's the thing too. I get it, and I'm happy people are buying records. The death of the CD, to me, was a really bad thing.
I agree. Especially for the local bands.
Local bands especially.
Bands out touring that are not
Right.
to that level. That's how they make their money.
Right, and then you get the young 30-somethings going, well, vinyl, CDs suck, vinyl. No, CDs don't suck.
No, not at all.
They don't suck at all. And vinyl is cool. Yes, it's warmer. You got the bigger package. You get the great liner notes. But you can't play a record in your car. So now you're back to the playlist crap.
Yes, you are.
Okay? And you're paying somebody else's mercy, and they're not even paying the artists. But back when you used to buy a CD, the artist got their cut, And if it's a local artist, they got the whole thing.
The whole thing?
And you put the CD in your car, and you could listen to it.
Yeah.
And then you could have, you know, you could have a really ugly thing hanging off your visor with a bunch of CDs in it, or you could have them piled in your console, but you had your music with you. Because, you know, at that time you couldn't listen to RadioRadioX, so what you should do now is listen to RadioRadioX until, and then, well, you know, I need a break because there's too much good music at one time, so I'm going to listen to a CD. And then you put like Led Zeppelin or something, you know, so you're comfortable. But the CD for local bands, it was great. You know, you can't press, and trying to press vinyl is expensive now.
Sure is.
You know, and why? Why is vinyl so much more expensive? You buy a new record in like a bookstore. Say you go to, is Barnes & Noble still around?
I don't even
Or
know.
Borders. One of those guys is still around. You go into a record and you pick up, you're going to pick up, and I'm just going to pick a real common album. Journey Escape.
Ooh, my
Right?
favorite.
Woohoo! Don't stop believing. Trust me. Hold on to that feeling. But, you know, you go there, it's $30.
Yeah.
When it came out new, I think it was a $9.99 album.
Sure.
And that was too much.
Very much so.
You know, and then...
You know, a lot of these albums are actually more expensive than that. I've seen like...
Yeah, the pressing's not that much. I don't care. Technology hasn't come that far. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. You're just getting it because people will buy it because, oh, it's on vinyl. I have it on vinyl. Yeah, okay.
The thing that's crazy too is that because the turntable is not really as accessible and available as they were back then.
Right.
The turntables that they're selling now for a good price tag, they were the crappy turntables.
Yeah.
You know, the belt-driven crappy tables that no one wanted back in the
Right,
90s.
you know, as the belt gets used more and more, it gets longer and it gets stretched or it snaps and now you're screwed, no place to get it repaired. There, you know, and I see these like little things offered on the internet all the time. They're practically closed in place. You open them up and they've got speakers and there's your turntable. It's a plastic turntable, a crap tone arm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I started DJing back when it was vinyl. You know, you go up 10 crates of records, your giant coffin with your two Techniques 1200, you know, with the tracking and all that. And you had to go buy good stylists. I like Stanton personally.
Yeah.
And, you know, you had turntable mats to protect your record so it didn't scratch from the turntable itself. You know, you go to Marshall's and all in one for $59.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's like the little. It's equivalent to the little kid record players that they had when we were a kid, like the Fisher Price.
Fisher Price had one called Close and Play. You put the 45 on and you close
I had
it,
that.
and it played.
I had that.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know, and so I'm not dissing vinyl. Go to your local store, buy all the old vinyl you can find.
Sure.
But keep a CD player around for local bands and for weird releases that aren't going to get reissued on vinyl.
Right. And yeah, go visit the River Street Beat Shop,
Last
Troy,
Vestige.
and Soundhouse Records.
And Soundhouse Records in Troy, Last Vestige on Quail Street, all our sponsors.
Yes, they
Go
are.
see them. They're all great guys. Tell them we sent you, and pick up CDs and vinyl.
Yeah, they got it all.
Yeah, and if you want, I'm sure Jimmy will let you rub his forehead. He's a very friendly guy there.
Maybe not even his forehead.
That's right.
Maybe his two head.
Maybe, because he's part of being number 2 also.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
Jimmy's been number 2 most of his life also. So I think we covered a lot of ground.
I think we covered it all. This is the Perk, brought to you by Maxwell House.
Actually, it's Hannaford Brothers coffee poured in.
Ah.
It's Hannaford, $3.99 a pound coffee.
I was tricked. I believe it.
So it's only good that a second to last drop. The last drop is terrible.
I'm gonna get there very
So
soon.
thank you for tuning into the Perk. We're number 2.
Number 2,
But we're
baby.
number 1 with our readers and listeners and you out there watching the Perk. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Yes.
And good night.
And
Good
birds
evening.
aren't real.
No, they are not. I love you.
You're okay.